I call for apologies, but I think everybody's here. That's correct?
Yes.
So no apologies. Now I'd like somebody to move the confirmation of the minutes of the previous council meeting.
I'll move.
You can have that, please. Councillor Smith, and seconded Councillor Galvin. And now we're just going to break, and we have a presentation to the council by Mrs. Judy Peterson. So, Judy, I'll hand over to you.
Thank you, everybody, for allowing me to intrude on your meeting. I represent the Bingra District Historical Society today, and it is with great pleasure that I've been asked to donate a small cheque towards the contribution of the purchase of the Salvation Army building. Without council support, we would not be able to progress the way we have done, and we are deeply indebted to all the support that we've received over the years, and in particular, the building. It's made a huge difference to us, and it will allow us to move ahead and, just plug along. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
I'm taking the mask off for a photo. I just wanted to say that this is a complete surprise to council to be getting a donation from Historical Society, and it is so much better for us to give money when we know that you can help with a contribution. We're really touched that you've done this. It was out of the blue, not expecting it. Thank you very much on behalf of the council. Thank you.
Oh yes,
Just the pretend stuff, yeah.
oh yes.
Just hold that up a little bit.
That's fine.
So what'd you say?
That's better.
Oh.
One more. Okay, thank you. One more.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Good, thanks, Judy. Thanks, mate.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jude.
When Jude worked with Marilyn,
Yeah.
and Adam Marshall came and he congratulated the Historical Society and said what an amazing job they've done. And he never fails to be appreciative of what's there.
And I can support that because I went to one of your days
Yes.
a couple of years ago, and I couldn't believe the collection you've got.
It's,
And having somewhere now to display it, even better. It's, as you said, it still keeps coming.
look, you go there some weeks and somebody's left a donation behind the chimney. We have one of the very earliest mobility scooters in production, I think. I had to look twice to sort of work out what it was.
Yeah.
I thought it was a lawnmower, but then I had a second look, and honestly, it is the weirdest thing.
Yeah.
But it's, God knows how old it is.
Yeah.
But it's like a lucky dip. Like I was there for 12 months, and I was walking through the dining room, and here's my great-grandmother on the wall. And I was there for 12 months. But anyway, look, thank you again. Thanks for all your support. We really do appreciate it.
Thanks, Judy.
Thank you. We'll keep going for a while.
Yeah, well, I just trying to find out what the time was actually. Yeah, it's only up there. All right, so what's happening is that I've invited John Taylor to come to address the meeting at 2 o'clock. I said to him that it'd be much better if you're looking face to face with the people that you're accusing of doing stuff. And he's agreed to do that. So we will continue on this meeting until he comes, and then we'll have to go into a confidential session so we can discuss his complaints. I better put my mask back on. I'll leave it off for a bit. Yes. So I'll call for declarations of interest and conflicts of interest. None. I'd ask that the council might, or somebody might move that we accept the following late items: the Bingra office building, the April monthly investment rates collection report, and local government elections.
With the amended page.
Sorry?
With the amended page.
With the amended page. Someone like to move it? We include that in the agenda. Thank you, Councillor Young and Councillor Dixon. Put that, those in favour say aye. Aye. Carried. So we're going to item 1, which is the council reports. Is there anything in there that anybody needs to discuss? Looks like it's a pretty busy month for a lot of people. Somebody like to move the report be received then? Councillor Egan, Councillor Colton, those in favour say aye. Aye. So carried. Item 2, is, turn the page,
Recommendations from the,
recommendations from Community Services and Planning Committee meetings held on the 8th of July. Anybody want any questions on anything there that we approved a couple of weeks ago? And if not, can I have the recommendation, please?
Just
Yes,
to
yes.
Max, please. Max, remember I asked if those communities would be notified of the funding that had come due in January, because we've alerted the other communities, the northern communities. Did we do the same for those that are outstanding?
yes, we will be. We're going to be, when we get the guidelines, I was going to let them know because there's plenty of time.
Okay.
There'll be no advantage to the ones that have been notified because all the recommendations come to us for approval,
Yes, I
so,
realise
yeah.
that, but I just
We've-
thought, well,
As a result of the community meetings, though, we've already received one from Cropper Creek,
Yeah.
which is a pretty substantial request for an upgrade to their
But there
clubhouse.
was different stages
Yeah.
too, yeah.
So, but we certainly will be.
Okay, so here
Did you
it
get a
is.
mover and seconder?
No, not, did I? Yeah, Councillor Egan, yes. Seconder. Councillor Dick, those in favour say aye.
Aye.
It's now carried. We'll do another one. Monthly executive report, item 3. See the truck wash data there, looks all right, doesn't it?
Yeah, we're starting to make a profit.
Yeah.
Did you notice, well, Councillor Regan went down the road and I followed her and there was a truck washing.
Truck getting washed there today.
Yeah,
Oh, right. Good. Is there anything out of the report that anyone would like to mention? Oh, his masks are good when you got to lick your finger to turn the page and you got a mask on.
Yeah, with
What was
you
that?
can't.
Councillor Egan?
The lights are happening. They tested the soil and everything for the lights at the showground. Is that the same for Nicholson Oval and
Yeah, they've got all the, what's the name, they're ready to go.
yeah,
Stuff's there.
our staff are digging the, foundation hole and moving the electrical connection work, but I'm not sure the actual towers are in Australia yet, they're still coming from overseas.
I know that the ride on mower to the Aero Club was much appreciated. They're doing a good job out there keeping it tidy. So is there any, if there's no question, I ask that somebody move that the report be received.
Yes, I'll move.
Councillor Young and Councillor Galvin, those in favour say aye.
Aye.
So carried. I'll go right through till 2 o'clock. Item 4. As reported on,
The old Bingra courthouse.
has there anything happened since the last meeting with that committee?
No,
No.
no, the, out of that meeting that we had with the stakeholder groups, was decided to call for expressions of interest from people to be on the new committee.
Has that happened or?
No, I was waiting for the council
Oh,
to
sure.
resolve it today, but in the interim, we've had to take over part of the gallery as a result of having to vacate the
Yeah.
Bingra office.
Is the gallery space being used for office?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Because we've
so-
got the auditors coming for
Yeah.
the end of year audit and they need some space and that's the only space we've got.
Yep. Just on that, I just have the copies or documentation which I thought might like to be trimmed. The signed contract, except a selling agreement with Simon Munro, which you might like to have trimmed and put into the files. That's it.
Somebody move the recommendation.
I will move that.
Councillor Young, thank you. Councillor Egan would second that. I'll put that to the meeting then. Those in favour say aye.
Aye.
It's no carried. That's the end of that. It's an appropriate time, I think, if we go on to, go into confidential session and deal with the matters in front of us.
Yeah.
We had the Iron Festival Committee had a letter from that Mark congratulating us on the special events and also made it, you know,
Well,
personal to the committee, so it was lovely.
that's good, yeah.
Can you hear?
All right, we'll move on, and I think you've been alerted to what's happening, Rob. Yeah, we have to just break for a bit. And would you like us to ring you? Can we go back in? Or
I said I'd send an email.
Yeah, Max, is that-
you're going to? Okay, right.
We're going into confidential.
We are, yeah. So we'd like to move that we go that way, please. Councillor Galvin, Councillor Smith. Put that motion, those in favour say aye.
Aye.
No, carried. Righto, well.
Recommendations out of the Committee of the Whole are as follows. The monthly Organisation and Community Services report, that the report be received. Possible long day care, Warialda. The recommendation is that the report be received. Further, that Inverell District Family Services be thanked for its deliberations to date and advise that the Council would like to work with them to develop suitable incentives to encourage more family daycare providers in Warialda. Further, that the Council progress the sale of 123 High Street, Warialda, with a small amount of the proceeds allocated towards the family daycare incentives. Property purchase, Warialda, that the Council confirms the offer to purchase 43 and 45 Hope Street, Warialda, lots 1 and 2 DP 743392, lot 1 DP 708487, lot 1 DP 744476 and lot 1 DP 744488, with a total area of 5,523.5 square metres for $150,000 on an as-is basis. Further, that once purchased, lots 1 and 2 DP 743392, lot 1 DP 708487, lot 1 DP 744476, and lot 1 DP 744488 be classified as operational land. Further, that the common seal of council be affixed to any necessary documentation. Further, that a concept stage development plan be developed for council approval. That's it? No, still going. The next item was property sale. The recommendation from the committee is that lot 10, section 5, DP 758111 be sold for $55,000. The Black Summer Bushfire Recovery Grants. The recommendation is that the report be received and the options noted. The next item is the Bingra office building, and the recommendation is that the report be received and noted. So you want to move that for adoption?
Thank you. Yes, would somebody move that way, that we adopt those items that was been discussed? Councillor Young, Councillor Smith. I'll put that motion then, those in favour say aye. Aye. Councillor carried.
The next item is the April monthly investment and rates collection report.
Thanks, Helen, and you sent round another piece of paper.
That's right. With an alteration to the rates collection graph.
Except it's the June report, not the April.
Oh, well, that's what it said. That's what it said.
I don't know what's picked up the April, but
Yeah.
so I can take any questions if anyone has any. The amended sheets are just the correct figures. In the total cash holdings, the 12th month didn't get picked up, and in the rates collection, the figures got put in around the wrong way. So the correct figure for rates collection at the end of June was we had 96.87% come in.
That's good.
Very good, Helen. My question to you would be, well, we have a lot of money at call, cash money, nearly $9 million. It's not receiving any interest. Is there anything we can do about that?
Not unless you can find a bank that wants to pay interest for a change.
Well, yeah,
We can move more of it into the T Corp investment, but it is a much higher risk of losing money in there.
There's a risk of losing it out of T Corp.
Yeah,
Is it?
in the medium growth one, there is, yeah.
Okay.
We've lost money in there
Although
before.
We haven't lost any,
Mm.
but it could happen.
Yeah. No, I'll leave it with you. That's what was glaring at me when I read your report. That's
Yeah.
all.
So that figure that's at the Regional Australia Bank, that's how much money we actually currently hold restricted for all of our loans that we have, that we provide guarantees for within the Guida Shire for homes.
Oh, yes, right. 106,000.
Yeah. So that's significantly increased the last couple of years. It always used to sit around $200,000.
Yep.
And we've changed the arrangement with that so that the loans are actually split now between two loans of what we hold and what the owners hold.
Yes.
Previously, it was just for the whole term of the loan. So they do actually get out of restriction in a shorter amount of time now.
Right. Yeah. Does anybody have any questions of Helen on her report?
No.
Right. If not, can I have a mover of the recommendation?
I'll move it.
Councillor Dixon and Councillor Dick. I'll put that motion to the meeting. Those in favour say aye.
Aye.
Against, no. Declare it carried.
Mr Mayor, can I just note, I think that the recommendations for the road complaint, with the recommendation being that the correspondence received from Mr Taylor is received and noted, and also the councillor reports, and the reports of Councillor Smith and Young are noted, were both left off the report I gave for the confidential session.
Oh, okay.
So if you just note that you're adopting those as well, please.
Right. Yeah, well, that's included in that then. And item 6 is the local government elections.
Yep.
I wonder if we'll be still here in 3 years anyway.
Yeah.
What I do wonder is what will happen if there's a massive COVID outbreak in December in Sydney.
Well, they are over 200 today.
Yeah, no, but well, if it's still going, I suppose. So we've got to have this election sometime.
Well, you're right, John.
It could be in 2 or 3 years' time. and
I'm actually,
Get back up the line.
I'm more concerned about the, frankly, the ridiculousness of the date.
Yeah.
To declare the election on the 23rd of December
Yeah.
is just, to my way of thinking.
Well, just further to that, if this does eventuate, and that's what happens, we would have to call a meeting early in January, right?
Yeah.
And elect the team, and then go back into recess for our summer break.
Yes, the dates were odd, weren't they?
Yeah, I wonder about it. I thought we would have been advanced enough to have either postal and or electronic voting.
Yeah, well, I'm just wondering why they just didn't make it, move it over to February, for example.
Or even that, yeah.
Maybe they will.
What date were they talking? 4th.
Well,
Fourth of
December
December.
is the
And
election.
it's declared just before Christmas.
Which is strange because the returning officer, when we had a meeting with him before the announcement was made, he said that the way they're doing the count now is that they're actually feeding in every ballot paper, and then they push a button and the computer does it all. So
Well, it wouldn't take long to count them, would
you
it?
wouldn't think it'd take long.
Yeah. We've got to wait for the postal.
Maybe they're thinking it won't happen then.
I'm not sure.
Because of
I
COVID.
feel for those that want to retire, and I cite Katrina Humphries at Moree, Col Murray at Tamworth.
Yeah.
They both served fairly long terms, and they've got the extra year, and they've worn that, and now they're hit again.
They were fairly vocal on the local news the other night
Yeah.
about the fact of, why it was done without consultation.
No consultation whatsoever.
And, seriously, I don't think they've left enough time to, like, the circumstances are more likely to be the same,
Then
I think, on the
roughly
4th of
the same.
December as they would be on the 4th of September.
It'd have been better off coming up with an alternate way of voting.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, well, in Western Australia, it's all mail, like
Yeah.
for local government elections.
But I
Anyway,
think that's a good point that you made, that the minister didn't consult
It didn't
local government at all.
just happen.
Can I just ask about the landfill accommodation? Do we have something that we can move in there straight away for those people?
They're ordered.
Which,
what was that?
Landfills that don't.
yeah, no,
Oh,
they've
the
been,
Dongers, yeah,
all-
there was a note in it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just Donald.
Officers, side officers.
side offices for the landfill. Alex sent out an email
Yeah.
advising.
That's all right, yeah, so,
We do, yeah, they're ordered, there's a 13-week lead time and something like that, we do have temporary, pipe joiners in that place. at the moment.
Yeah.
what are they worth, Alex?
30 grand each.
Yeah.
30 grand each.
It was
Are
in
they
the
just a
email.
donger, Alex?
It was.
Just a donger.
Yeah, they'll be plumbed up, so there'll be a wash station, that sort of thing in them.
What they need that.
The current ones, I'm not sure if I accompanied pictures, with the email, that, there's no internal cladding, styrofoam is falling out left, right and centre, and.
There weren't any photos, I don't think.
No, I didn't see
I'm
it.
happy to send some really,
Yeah.
right, so.
No, I trust you. I think
We
that they do
trust
need
you, Alex.
replacing. I think they do
Thank
need
you.
replacing.
So that, then there's a position of deputy mayor, which we'll talk about when we know that when the election is going to be, I suppose.
Or in September. You'll have to elect a deputy here in September.
Well, next September, after 1 year.
Uh,
No,
This
No,
September.
this
September.
September.
for
I thought
2
it-
months.
Ah, right.
Because,
Yours becomes,
so you were
For 2
elected for
years.
2 years,
Yeah.
but the wording for the deputy mayor was for the 2021
One.
mayoral term, so,
It was worded badly.
yes, it was.
Yeah.
But yeah, look, I didn't know that was going to happen.
No, I'm not blaming you.
Well, I did when I read it.
All right, well, we'll just do it in September, there's not much point worrying about it. So that the officer recommendations that report be received and noted, could I have a
Yep.
mover?
Yep.
Councillor Egan, and a seconder, Councillor Moore. Put the motion, those in favour say aye.
Aye.
Carried.
Okay, now,
Um,
councillor report.
We'll do councillor reports now, if you like. Do you want to start off, Councillor Egan?
well, no, Francis has spoken about the trees
Yeah.
and they really, it's just something that
Yeah.
it will make the town look better if we can do something about them.
I
What
can't
else
think.
did I have? Go to someone else.
Okay. No?
What about your opening on Saturday?
Well, that, I don't know that that's a public.
Oh, okay.
No, so,
All right.
Just apply for the leave of absence for the committee meeting in August,
yeah.
When is that?
12th.
12th. I'll
And the council meeting will be what, the?
I'll be at 25th,
The last Thursday, whatever it is.
25th or 26th, I'll look it up. I'll be at Menindee Lakes, I believe.
Councillor Young?
Yes, I do. I have two things. The Arts Northwest are having a board meeting here on Monday, the 2nd of August, and I am an apology because we're going to be down with Amy. They were wondering if there was any other person, board member, that might like to attend.
Nick Hutton can attend on.
Well, I was going to suggest, would you like to, can I extend that invitation to Nick?
Yes,
Yep, and
thank you.
so I'll
No,
do that.
Councillor Egan, you and I were invited to morning tea, and you
Yes.
didn't respond to my email.
There is everybody's to the, you know, everybody was invited
Oh, well,
Yeah.
and you responded and I responded.
Well, I'm an
So-
apology because there's a New England JO meeting.
Yeah, and
general
I'm an
meeting.
apology because I'll be away. And I was talking to Rihanna today and she just said, would anybody else like to attend? So, thank you. Yeah, and the other thing I was going to ask, the developer contributions, have we, how often do we actually collect those from people?
Depends on what they are.
Yeah, righto.
Patsy looks after all of the feedlot stuff.
Yep.
And what other.
So is it only annually or is it 6 months?
No, it's quarterly, I think.
Quarterly, oh, that's good, yeah. And have we got that person on our list to employ yet? The person that's going to go and check that, what they're putting on their
No,
reports?
what we're going to do is we've been slowly training one of our internal ranger people to
Oh,
take
good.
on that role.
So you're referring to section 94 payments?
yeah.
Yeah, the developer contributions,
But
yeah.
his role will be more broadly than just section 94.
Yep.
It'll be the compliance issue.
Compliance, yeah, yep. Okay, thank you, that's all I wanted to know.
Councillor Galvin? Nothing? Councillor Dick? Nothing? Councillor Moore, anything?
Yeah, I do, John, the next one.
Oh,
Chamber,
can I come back? Sorry, I do.
Come back after.
you go.
No, you go and then I'll come back.
At the Chamber of Commerce meeting the other night, they felt that the website, the council website needs to be updated because there's hardly anything on there about the grants and that we've been getting and what they've been allocated to and that. That was one thing. they did bring up about closing the toilets for the Warrior Chambers. Just the website updating was probably the most important one. They were going to have to meet the councillors, but that's all been scrapped.
Yeah.
The other one was Heritage Park, that's the one up near the high school. We just said that, Alex. No. To me, that's always been known as the Piney Cemetery.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, and the dog sign, there's an unleashed dog sign on there. I don't know, I don't feel that's appropriate to have the dogs running around there when there's grave sites in there, that's all.
No, there's been a dog area, I know, but you're probably right.
Yeah.
Hey.
We can look into that, but I just don't know when the name got changed, not that,
I didn't know it had.
yeah, wouldn't know.
I'll look into if it was ever gazetted or what
Yeah.
happened with it.
All right, thanks, Alex. And War Memorial, the pool signage for the War Memorial. Is anything happening on that?
What was the question regarding that?
Oh, they haven't put it was called the
War Memorial Pool.
War Memorial Pool.
Yes. In ghastly pink blue letters. We're not going to put that up again for sure, but I think we agreed we'd put a plaque up, didn't we, though? Yeah.
I'll go with the plaque.
But there was going to be a new sign.
I think it's all it needs is a plaque on the wall.
Needs a bit of colour on it, I reckon.
Yeah. And are we going to get into the meet and greet of new residents again?
After COVID, though.
After COVID?
Yeah.
Because we've had a fair few, there's about 5 new residents from where I am there.
That's good.
That's all good.
500
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
What was the toilet thing, Chip? What was the toilet issue?
Oh, that was worried on the tables. I wanted to know about what was going to happen.
So, yeah, about if we close the one at the chambers, what's going to be replaced? What's the replacement going to be?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's still open and everything.
Yeah,
actually.
yes.
Oh,
Yeah, it's still open. It won't close until we've got an
Till we've got
alternative.
an alternative.
I used
There's
it
a
this
big
morning.
kerfuffle on
That
Facebook
morning
saying
too,
it's
so you wanna go?
closing and doing this and doing that.
There we go. Yeah.
You say again.
Haven't you?
That's right.
Yeah.
Worry all that buy, swap and sell.
Yeah.
See, I don't
My daughter
subscribe
saw
to
it and asked me and I said,
Councillor Galvin,
She set them straight.
you right to go with your report?
No, what I was going to, had quite a few people concerned about the water going through the cemetery up here. There's water going through and it's very sloshy and the roads in and out of the cemetery need fixing.
So we're going to seal the roads in and out of the cemetery.
Yep.
That'll be in this year's works program. It wasn't aware of the stormwater issue there.
Yeah, there's some sort of water issue and it's coming down. There's quite a few people that go up there daily.
Okay, we'll have a look.
Yep, okay, thank you.
Thank you, Alex. Councillor Smith?
Not really. The only thing, Max, is there anything further on that Linda Scott business, or she died?
No, I haven't heard back.
Oh,
Yeah.
could you enlighten the council about that?
Oh, look, all it was, and it's probably not relevant really, but we brought up there about a month ago about whether, and I think Linda Scott sort of didn't quite get what we were talking about, but I just brought up that with the COVID problem at the moment, whether we could put something to all the rest of the councils in Australia for them to put something to the government and the media to take all the politics out, all the
Think about it.
all the COVID
All the
problems they got.
recommendations,
You know, you look at this AZ vaccine business, that's been just killed by the media.
It has.
Things like there's just so much bloody bullshit with state against state and federal against and everything, all the opposition. It's not helping. And anyway, we got a hook up with Linda Scott, who's the president of the LG,
Of the federal one. Yeah.
Belga.
and John and Max and myself. Was there anyone else? It was only
No.
three of us. Talked to her there by Zoom there for a while. She was a bit like getting there and we were talking to some other bloke there for
He
a
was
while.
the CEO of
The
the
new CEO, yeah.
And we just put that to her. I just get the feeling she wasn't sort of, she understood what we wanted, but whether it was sort of something that she could do or not, and we haven't heard any more. That was, what, a fortnight ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Haven't heard anything, so I don't know whether they've just, maybe we should just leave it, I don't know.
Too hard basket.
Huh?
Well,
In the too hard
I
basket.
think you've done
It
all
might
you
have been, but-
probably done all you can do there. I thought you were fairly receptive to the idea.
Yeah.
But it is a national thing, and we're only one council, so I suppose.
What my idea was to just put something out there and just see how many other councils
Yeah.
think like we do. It mightn't be enough to worry about, I don't know, that might be the thing.
While we're on that subject, can I ask the people in the room, what is your opinion of the Pfizer vaccine being given to Sydney from the regions?
Oh, it's
Oh,
unacceptable.
Stinks.
Eh?
I think it stinks.
Yeah, righto. Yeah.
What do you think?
Well, I thought it was quite a reasonable thing to do, and I was a bit disappointed with the president of the Country Mayors Association criticising it, because there is, touch wood at the moment, and we've been getting away with this very, very little COVID in the regions, and they're in big trouble down there. And if we want to stop it, I thought it was fair enough to send it there.
Yeah, in one way I do too, but geez.
Well, there's plenty of AstraZeneca
I
available.
don't think they'd take out the ones that still had to get the second vaccine.
No.
Anyone I don't think they'd be able to do that.
No, they won't. And it's only for a
yeah, I
short
don't
I
time.
was, I was a bit like John. I thought, him when I first heard it, I thought, the height of them again. But then when you sit back and reflect on it, if we can stop it down there,
Yeah, we're not going to get it.
then
Yeah.
it's not going to come here, and we haven't got it.
So
So,
I see it too.
It's a bit like everything, we've got to help each other.
yes.
Yeah.
That's
We're
exactly
pretty
what we
good.
said.
I
But
mean,
I
Well,
thought
pretty-
we had these millions that were going to be handed out.
yeah, but I don't think
That's
they're
the
going to get
AZ.
here till
Yeah.
It's
after
the
Christmas
Pfizer
or
one that
something,
they're
aren't
worried
they?
about.
Well, I think Jeff's right in the media causing the AZ
Oh, yeah.
to
yeah,
be
no,
downgraded
snowball.
as a popular or as an
95% of the
effective
COVID
vaccine.
problems are
There's a lot of
moving.
the problem lies there.
I think that it's a question for the young people in the room. It's not our question. We're old enough to get the AstraZeneca without the side effects. But I think it's up to the young people in the room.
Who's the youngest one here apart from me?
I think
I thought it was me.
Down there on
No,
that
Ruby said that,
TV, yeah.
I had the AstraZeneca, so.
I had the, yeah. My Henry.
Anyway, look, it's not a council issue. I was just interested.
Can I just make a comment? Because we had Lisa and I had a discussion about this last night. And very different to your view, John.
Yeah, well, that's fine.
Like for a start, as I understand it, you can still carry the infection even if you're vaccinated. So therefore, unless they're going to vaccinate all the families of these Year 12 kids, what advantage is it?
Well, you don't get sick of
The
it.
Pfizer vaccine will stop those Year 12 students perhaps having the worst effects of the disease if they pick it up. But they will then take it home to their families, and there's no, as far as I heard, there was nothing on the news about the families being vaccinated of Year 12 students. So I'm just wondering why.
Well, I
Like,
thought they
it
were
sounded to
going-
me like a knee-jerk reaction, as though they want to look as though they're doing something.
Well, I
without
thought
thinking
they
it
were
through.
going to support those injection hubs in that area to encourage more of the families to go and have their
Well, I hope they do,
Pfizer.
because that'll be the only way that
AZ
it's...
or
I'm sure that
whatever
would
they
have been considered.
Plus, it does give the ones going into high school just a bit of a added sort of confidence and
Yeah.
assurance that, at the time when they've got it, it's pretty important to get there.
It's only going to be for a few
Yeah,
months.
that's okay too. What about all the kids that are at uni and can't go back?
Mm.
They
No.
should be done too.
It's like
They're going to
everything.
stay home.
No, it's just, like, there's that much
Yeah.
stuff going on there.
Yeah,
And yet they can't get the vaccine
no,
until it's made available to them.
yeah.
At least I mentioned it.
Oh, worth a shout.
Have you got any more, Jeff, to say on your...
No, that's, no, I don't-
Yeah, Councillor Dixon, no, nothing about vaccines, right?
I'd like the council to buy a couple of those garden pots.
No.
We've already ordered them, actually.
Oh, good, I'm glad.
But that only happened a second ago after you mentioned
I thought
it.
Yeah,
Took the
that's
wind out of
all.
your sails, didn't it?
Yeah.
We know who has the power in the room, Max. Go to Mash.
One word from Mash and she's done.
And one of them's been allocated up to Nauru, so that
Yeah.
people up there can...
I reckon that's great for Nauru. How's yours growing?
beautiful.
Yours, John?
Oh, I don't know, I haven't had a look.
You
Coriander.
didn't buy for him. Carrie's doing.
Mr Mayor, I did quickly one thing, there's a local emergency management committee meeting
Next week.
next Thursday here at 12:30 downstairs for lunch, then up here,
Can we
face to
not have
face.
lunch?
Here, sorry, local emergency management committee, LEMC meeting.
Will you be back, Dave? Dave, are you back?
No, we
Haven't
can't.
gone.
Oh, you haven't gone yet, right?
That's a fight.
Yeah, no, it's all.
No, it's the all emergencies, all emergency services.
All right, well, I think we'll wind it up, we've covered everything, and thank you for your attendance, declare the meeting closed.
Thank you, John.
And when you're finished with your bottles, bring them back.
Next, we're gonna